right. Thank you, Don. Again, my name is Josh McMillian, and I was part of the data analysis cohort. I currently live in New Albany, Indiana, and I am currently a supply chain routing and traffic supervisor for UPS. My coding journey began last year when I started taking Python classes through Code Academy, and excuse me, I'm choking myself up a little bit here. And then a friend of mine actually introduced me to Code Louisville. He was a graduate himself, so I jumped into the project and signed up for data analysis because I really like doing this kind of work for a living, or on the side. I would love to do it for a living. My project is a analysis of last year's Dota 2 esports championship tournament. For those who aren't familiar with what Dota 2 is, it's a 5v5 online competitive game in which the teams take turns, the teams compete in sort of a tower defense style battle, and each player assumes the role of one of 124 unique heroes, each with their own unique abilities and strengths and weaknesses. And before each match, there is a draft phase in which the teams take turns either banning heroes so that they can't be used in the match at all, or picking heroes that they want to use for their own team. So the idea behind my tournament, or behind my project, is to look at this tournament and look at each hero individually to see how impactful they were during the tournament based on how many times they were picked, how many times they were banned, and overall what their win percentage was. So in order to do this, first what I had to do was create a function that could take any number of Dota 2 match IDs and then feed that to the Open Dota API in order to pull all of the data necessary for analysis. So this function iterates through each match ID that you feed into it, concatenates it together with the necessary URL, and then after it makes the call, it stores that information in a data frame and then stores that into a dictionary. So once this iterates through all of the match IDs, I end up with a dictionary that contains all 151 data frames, one for each match of the international tournament. Then I created another function that takes that dictionary of data frames, and then using another for loop, iterates through that and pulls out just the necessary data needed for analysis. So in this instance, it's pulling all of the bans and all of the picks and whether or not those led to a win. And it concatenates all that information into one final master data frame. And then after a little bit more pandas data wrangling, we wind up with a nice clean data frame that we then feed into Tableau to do my analysis. Sorry, I just realized, is my bar showing up here on the right side of the screen? Is this partially covered by the?
We see your charts.
Okay, good deal. Sorry. So continuing on, this is a snapshot of my Tableau dashboard, and what we see here is one bar graph that shows the total number of times that a hero was picked, as well as how many wins they accrued during the tournament. And then down here we have another bar graph that shows the total number of times that those heroes were banned. So as we can see, Muerto was the most picked hero out of the tournament, being picked 57 times and attributing to the most wins as well at 28. But I feel like these two charts didn't quite paint the full picture, because in the nature of Dota 2, if a hero is considered extremely powerful, pro teams almost always ban them out of the matches that they play in, because rather than dealing with it, they would just rather ban it out. That way, there's no chance that the hero that they deem as strong would fall into the enemy's hands as well. So I decided to add an extra scatter plot to my chart that maps the total percentages of the total percentage of games that a hero was banned in against their total win percentage, to kind of get an idea of how strong a hero is. And as we looked in the last slide, Dazzle, Treant Protector, and Primal Beast were the three top banned heroes in the game. And if we look at the scatter chart, we can see that they are all three at the extremes of these of this scatter plot. For instance, Dazzle was banned in 67.5% of all games throughout the match, or throughout the tournament. And then the 18 that he was able to take part in, he sported a 72% win rate, which is just insane by Dota 2 standards. So these 4 heroes, Dazzle, Treant Protector, Primal Beast, and Chaos Knight, are the 4 that I consider to be the most impactful, because they demanded bans in most of their games, and then the ones that they didn't, they went through to sport very impressive win rates, ranging from 72 to 52. So I see that I'm running a little long on time here. Thank you all for your time. Here's my contact information. I have my QR codes for my GitHub and my LinkedIn, as well as my email address, mcmillian94@gmail.com. I could talk about Dota 2 for hours and hours. It's such a deep game with plenty of data to analyze. But thank you all for your time, and good luck for everybody else presenting today.